Well, good morning. This is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred. Really glad you could join me today out here in the vegetable garden. It's a beautiful day here. It's early spring here in Pennsylvania, Zone 6. Well, today I wanted to share with you how I installed my 110-gallon Tuff Stuff pre-season watering container for my garden. So thanks for joining me today. So it's early spring here in Pennsylvania, and it's mid-April, and our frost date here is May 15th, so we still have at least another month to go as far as, you know, the last frost date. And so, but you know, meanwhile, I've planted a lot of, direct sowed some seeds out in the garden. I planted some kale and some lettuce and some broccoli, and you know, normally I would water with my 2-gallon watering can, you know, during the summertime and all, but you know, right now I have a lot of watering to do, and this little watering can is just, it's too many trips to water all these vegetables and plants. And so what I have is underneath my workbench over there in my outdoor garden structure, I had purchased a while back a 110-gallon Tuff Stuff durable plastic outdoor watering container. And so and I hooked up a utility pump that I installed in order to pump water through the hose to water my vegetables and where I direct sowed my seeds in the garden. And then I used my pond down there as where I sunk in the utility pump in order to pump the water up to fill my 110-gallon tub. So let's go take a look at that tub underneath my workbench over there at the garden structure. So let's head over there underneath that workbench and we'll take a look. As you can see right now, I have the tub being filled with my pond water. And this water tub is nice and conveniently located underneath my workbench. And I also installed that wire fence section that I put over this tub so nothing gets or can fall into the water. So let's go down to the pond and I'll show you the utility pump that I'm using to pump up this water. So I'm down here at the pond, and let me unplug the cord here. And this is a submersible utility pump. It's really handy. This is a Cymer geyser pump. It's 5 amps. And what's nice is these can skim down to like an 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch of water. And so they're really handy to have. It's a submersible utility pump. And I use this around my property for all sorts of things. Now, I'm going to use this same pump up inside my 110-gallon tub and connect it to a hose. And that's what I'm going to use to water my vegetables. And so that tub up there is almost ready. It's almost filled up to the level that I want. So let's head up there and hook up this pump and water some of my vegetables. So I have my hose hooked up to my pump, and I'm just going to lower it in there. Give it a few minutes for that hose, or a few seconds for that hose to fill up, and I'll show you how easily I can water my plants now that I have this 110-gallon tub filled. And by the way, you can end up buying these from Tractor Supply, and they're around $70, so it's very reasonable price, and they come in various size tubs, and they're just very useful to have around the farm or for around your property for various purposes. But this will be great. All this water in here should almost be enough for me to use for another three weeks or more until I till I turn on my main irrigation system for watering my garden. So let's go water some of these vegetables and seedlings. So what I have here on the end of my hose, it's a hose adapter. You can get these from Walmart. They have a little lever on them, so you can see the water, the pump is really moving that water through the hose real nice. So what I'm going to do is, I have some kale transplants or seedlings underneath my low tunnel hoop house here, and so the nice thing about this is you can water right through your row covers. So you can see how nice it really works, and this is just going to save me so many trips, and I don't have to use that 2-gallon watering can. Well, anyhow, I hope this gave you some ideas on how you can set up a watering system in your garden. But again, it's so convenient having that 110-gallon Tuff Stuff container over there where I can just water my plants using a utility pump, and I'll be using that probably that way for about another month. So anyhow, I just want to thank you for joining me today out here in the vegetable garden. And you can also leave some comments in the section below or any suggestions. And you can also visit us at plantsmartliving.com. And there you can learn about gardening and how you can also reclaim your health through a plant-based lifestyle. So anyhow, I hope you have a wonderful day. So until next time, this is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred.